And the very first card that you guys got is from the Chariot. This is from the Archangel Tarot, and it is Metatron. You know, I had a really strong sense of Metatron for you guys in October, and you're getting the Chariot. And what this says is determination and self-control, career advancement, acknowledgement of success by others. And the most powerful part of this card for you guys is determination and self-control. And what I kept hearing with this is that this is your chariot. You're in charge of your chariot. You are the one steering in these both directions, or either direction, or the light and the dark, what's positive and what's negative. You are in charge of your chariot. This message was really strong, and it came out first, and it profoundly wanted to go first, and it's very much about being determined to accomplish what you want to accomplish, and being very grounded and solid in that. You are the one in charge of the chariot. The next card that you get is to nurture yourself, which is interesting. And so what sort of gradually was revealed in all of these decks and all of these cards and the order that they came out was that while you're in charge of your chariot, it could be that that's such a powerful message because some of you may not feel like that. Or you may definitely have moments where you just don't feel like you're in charge of things. And so Mother Mary comes in to say, nurture yourself. She's holding her heart space. Nurture yourself. This one will come back with a whole bunch of cards that wanted to attach to this, but for right now, it's about nurturing yourself. And the very next card that came out is for you to detach from drama. And now, Metatron wants to come back to say detaching from drama also has to do with seeing the success of others, seeing the accomplishments of others. It feels like there's some kind of dynamic going on where there's some drama happening that's making you feel maybe slightly insecure and not in charge. And so Metatron is saying, no, you are in charge. Take care of yourself and detach from this drama. It's not about you. That's what he's saying. It's not about you. The drama that's getting created by others is not about you. What is about you is nurturing yourself when you feel just sort of not quite so in charge of these horses. Horses can have a mind of their own. Referring to sort of your internal self, your internal child self, wanting to sort of steer off this way, and you're wanting to go this way. Nurture yourself when that happens. Honor that inner child that's trying to get your attention, is what they're saying. Crystals can help. Crystals is the next card that came up. It's an interesting thing. It's such a simple thing, right? Crystals, it's such a simple thing. And what this card is saying is find crystals that resonate with you. You know, just sort of scan over your crystals. A lot of you may have quite a few crystals. What they were showing me was holding a crystal for a bit of time. And what they were saying is that the frequency, the vibration of the crystal, of crystals in general, is absolutely pure. It's very high frequency and it's very pure. And so they're inviting you to hold on to a crystal for a bit, and your frequency, notice they're doing this now with my hand. They're having me do this with my hand, similar to how her hands are, to hold this crystal here to your heart space. And it will, because the crystal's vibration is so pure, your vibration, given enough time, it could be a matter of seconds, it could be a couple of minutes, given enough time, your frequency will rise to meet the frequency of the crystals, and it will help to give you clarity, crystal clarity, about this whole situation where you might get sort of out of balance and drama gets created, kind of thing. That will give you clarity. about that. And then there's victory, and victory is coming right after the crystals. So there can be victory regarding any time. It could happen more than once. This is it doesn't feel like a big giant thing, although for some it might be, but it could also be just sort of little tiny moments with a higher awareness of this, with this reading, with a higher awareness of whenever you kind of get that feeling like things are just getting a little out of control, or you're starting to feel a little off balance, maybe not in charge of things. Grab a crystal, hold a crystal for a bit, and it will give you clarity about what the situation is, and then you will be back in charge and have that feeling of sort of grounded and empowerment. There will be victory with that feeling of being in charge. It's a good feeling. It's a good feeling when you feel in charge. It's commanding and determined and self-control. The self-control aspect is also you taking the time to deliberately find a crystal and hold it to your heart space and allow yourself to get back grounded with a higher frequency. The next three cards just came out. 1, 2, 3. They didn't come out in a bunch, but they just came. Choom, choom, choom. 1, 2, 3. We have clairvoyance. We have clairsentience. And we have spiritual understanding. Spiritual understanding from Raziel. Yep, I had a really strong feeling about Raziel as well coming in for you guys in October. So your clairvoyance is going to be increased. Your clairsentience, your empathy, your feeling sense, and just spiritually understanding this idea that the vibration of crystals and aligning with that will help you align with that and will help you be, feel more grounded, more solid, more in control. Expect a miracle is the next card that you got, to expect a miracle. This card is very powerful. This is Mother Mary and her baby Jesus, referring to the miracle of life, of the miracle of Mother Mary even having baby Jesus. Was one of the most profound miracles in human history. And so they're really inviting you to expect a miracle with this all of this spiritual understanding. With all this spiritual understanding and higher vibration for yourself, higher awareness, clairvoyance, clairsentience, all of this, expect miracles because they can happen. Expect miracles. Sorry about the airplane. I think that's a helicopter. Very loud. The next card that came out is from Kali. She is at the center of your reading. The old must be released so that the new can enter. This is also coming round, right? This is kind of telling a story. It's sort of all coming together with this clairvoyance and higher understandings of things, the purity of the crystal, spiritual understandings, and expect miracles. She is coming up to say that letting go of the past, and now she wants to come back too. So this could be this nurturing yourself, where maybe there's some kind of wound from the past that has, whenever drama starts happening, your buttons get pushed. Does that make sense? It's like the trigger points. The other people maybe tapping on your trigger points, and it's like it's maybe a trigger because of something that happened in the past. And so she is very seriously saying to let that go. Just let that go and nurture yourself. Nurture yourself through it. Now, when she comes up, this is pretty intense, right? The look on her face is very, very intense. So it could be something, it could be a trigger that's, pretty tender. It could be easily pushed kind of thing. It's a very sensitive trigger. But you're stronger than you think you are. This is what's coming up next. Ooh, the airplanes are coming. You're stronger than you think you are. So it's time to let go of the past, to go within, let go of the past. So for some of you, there's going to be a pretty sensitive button. And now she wants to come back as far as nurturing yourself. This is a mother, Mother Mary, expecting miracles also from Mother Mary. And then we're getting to love from your parents. Now these are the cards that kind of all wanted to stream down from this one. Mother Mary is coming in here twice. So you have a very strong connection with Mother Mary's with you guys this month in October. But now coming with this card, there's several cards that wanted to sort of attach to this to make sort of its own little story. So we have this nurturing yourself. We have this love from your parents. This card in the past has typically meant to me that you might have had a hard time with your parents when you were a child. It might have been a challenging relationships. That could be the case. What this card is saying in your reading this month in this context is for you to love yourself the way that maybe you wish your parents had. Or if you are a parent, or if you wish to be a parent, what kind of parent would you love to have had? If you had that kind of parent, that's wonderful. This kind of indicates that there's some kind of something from your past, from your childhood, that might have been challenging. Love yourself as like an internal parent. It's as if your child is in your child self is in your heart space. Love your child self like a loving parent would. So if you had parents that weren't so loving, now you're going to love yourself. Another airplane, you guys. All right, this, from the way that this ends, and you have victory, it's almost like these airplanes are trying to interrupt. It's a bit like this. Well, I'm just going to keep going. I'm going to keep going. It feels like there's, what, been 3 or 4 airplanes now? Making lots of noise. Making lots of noise. You're going to detach from this and just focus on taking care of yourself, loving yourself like a loving parent would. You're getting the child card is coming up. It's, this again having to do with, right, the parent to the child, the parent to the child. There's an emotional healing that wants to happen. And you have the power. This is from our wonderful fairies. You're stronger than you think you are. You have the power to heal this. Let it be easy, you guys. Let it be easy. Take a moment, hold a crystal, get yourself into a really high frequency, a really high love vibration, a very high love frequency, and love yourself like a loving parent. This will really help ground you back into your powerful, empowered, strong self. That's what we want. Success is wanting to happen so much for you guys. So, this emotional healing, if you need to cry, cry. If you need to cry, cry. If you need to scream and shout, get yourself in a car or somewhere where it's safe to do that and scream and shout. And then let it go. Get it out. Let it go. Let it go. You're going to have to let it go to move on. Does that make sense? Letting it go so that you can take the reins in a powerful way. It might also help you to get outside in nature. This one's coming up right here with the crystals. The crystals are really powerful too, holding on to your heart space and really just taking a moment to love on yourself. And so you might do this outside in nature. Outside in nature, also everything about being in nature has a peace about it. A beautiful, loving, right nature, spirit, calming, peaceful, beautiful. There's a really wonderful energy about being outside. So maybe you want to take your crystal and just take some time. Take a Saturday afternoon and just love on yourself outside and heal that inner child that wants to be healed. You can do it. You're stronger than you think you are. The next card that comes, actually the next 4 that came up, this came from Mother Earth. I haven't used this deck in a while. She wanted to speak to you guys today. These cards also came 1, 2, 3, 4 very quickly. Sometimes if I shuffle and it takes a while for cards to come out, that is an indication that the sort of the masses, the viewers, the listeners of this don't really want to hear what's coming. You guys are so open to wanting to receive these messages. It's really wonderful to have these cards just flow. There's a really powerful flow about you guys' energy, the energy for you in October. And the next card from Mother Earth, as these 4 came out from this deck, is the river and movement. And river being water. Water representing emotions. Emotions. And movement. Move the emotional. Trauma feels like a big word. Trauma feels like a really big word, but there's some kind of experience that sort of feels like it's sort of stuck, that wants to move, and getting with these crystals is really going to help. You know, this card is top and center. She just keeps looking at me. Let it be easy. Let it be easy. Get your favorite crystal and take an afternoon in nature. That is the movement that they're referring to. It is the movement of the emotions. Mother Earth is saying, allow this trigger, this very sensitive trigger, to be honored, and allow the emotions around it to move through so that the experience of it can have a new perspective for you so that you can move on. So that you can move on. All right? Spirit, the universe loves movement. So take one step, just take one step, and that one step is to get out in nature with your crystal and love yourself. Love on yourself. And then there's a completion to it. I love this. I'm gonna let these 4 come up the way they came up because it absolutely tells a story. So the next card is the completion and the full moon. Completion of this. And with the completion of this emotional healing, you get then stillness. So notice that water comes back from a moving river to completion of that situation to stillness and the peace that comes. The peace that comes when you let it go. And then the sun comes out. I almost wanted to just do these 4 for you guys. These 4 just kind of sum it up. They just sum it up. And then the sun comes out and you're just radiant. And all kinds of wonderful things can start to happen. The first one being that you're in charge. You should be in charge. You guys are amazing. You should be in charge. Getting curious about this whole process, they're saying it overall, get curious about it. So if any of you are feeling like, oh, you know, another healing, well, yeah, there's probably lots and lots. So maybe just sort of get comfortable with the idea, this sort of process of, all right, you know, with this higher awareness. So anytime drama comes up, nurture yourself through it and go, okay, is there something that needs my attention? Is something calling my attention? Get curious about this whole process. Get curious about yourself. Get curious about your child's self. And notice when he or she is trying to get your attention. And then tend to it. Tend to him or her. Get curious about this process. And this card also is coming right after this. Get curious about the movement, completion, stillness, and sun coming back out process when you heal an emotional wound from the past. Get curious about this process. It's beautiful and it can happen. It happens. It can happen for you over and over again. So, kind of get curious about it. So anytime it comes up, you're good. You know what to do. And you get to experience this and this over and over again. So it's all good. The next card that you get is your life purpose. If some of you are trying to find your life purpose or not sure about what it is, they're saying that your life purpose is to find the thing that brings you joy. Find what brings you joy. If you're not sure what your life purpose is, it's much more important, actually, to serve a purpose. Serve a purpose. Focus on how can I be of service kind of thing. How can I be of service? And then when you ask that question, you will notice the answers that you get, and then take steps. Okay, this movement wants to come back. Take one step towards serving a purpose, and your life purpose will reveal itself, is what this one is saying. Focus on serving a purpose, and your purpose will find you. So if that's what you're looking for, focus on taking a step towards something that would bring you joy, that would be of service to others. You're also getting a new partner. And what this is saying a new partner. This could be a friend. This could be a love interest. This could be a work partner kind of situation. This could also be more than just one person. Finding your people is what they're saying. This could be finding your people. Finding your people. And then your final card is just infinite abundance. Ganesh is with you saying, he's going to help clear the way for success, for victory, success. The way will be cleared. Magical things will be happening as you take the reins. And anytime there's drama that comes up, it is your child self calling for attention and nurturing. Getting outside and holding a crystal will really help raise your frequency to give you clarity about what that is. Where'd he go? Here he is. He's going to help then, along with the victory and sunshine that comes afterwards. It's exciting. It's going to be an interesting month for you guys. I'll be thinking about you. This whole process of emotional healing at this point could be something that's getting a little bit more comfortable for you guys. Let it be easy. Let it be easy. It just requires that you really just stop and tend to yourself. Detach from the drama by tending to yourself. You're stronger than you think you are. And victory and sunshine is on the other side, and Ganesh is going to help make it happen. He's going to help clear out anything that gets in your way.